Assalamualaikum, wonderful viewers. Welcome to the Poetry Slam Show here on Eco TV International, the People's Choice, where we celebrate the power of words, the beauty of expression, and the art of poetry. I am your host, Roheyatou Touray. Every week, we invite talented poets to come and showcase their talent and their art of work. And today, here with me are the young talents, raw one, and they are very aspiring and promising. They will introduce themselves shortly, but before that, you can kindly follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Sponsors are also invited. You can call on the various numbers on the screen to sponsor this program. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show.
Okay. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I am Keita, commonly known as Justice Keita.
All right, introduce yourself.
And I am H0ST, commonly known as Poetess.
All right. And then, what really inspired you to become a poet? Was it a sudden realization or a gradual process?
Okay, like poetry is something which was my passion. Understand? I really liked poetry when I was young. Understand? I was going to school. I was reading people's poem on assemblies.
Okay.
By then, I was not writing it by myself. Yeah, so it was something that was my passion. I really love it since when. Yeah, that ventured me to become a poet. Yeah.
Okay, and when did you also discover your unique voice as a poet?
Okay, that one is since a long ago now. Because I was there, people will be telling me, you have a poetry voice. You understand? So that one also motivate me. Understand? So every time I read poems, people will come to me and tell me you are someone who used to inspire people. You understand? Even though I was reading people's poems, but like people used to like it. You understand? So that's why I also say like I want to try poetry. You understand? Yeah.
And if people come to you like saying that you have a poetic voice, how do you feel about that? Do you feel that they are saying the truth or they are just tricking you or playing with you?
Okay, I see like they are motivating me to keep it up what I'm doing. Understand? I just see it like that. So I become happy when people tell me that.
Okay, and coming to you too, what really inspired you to become a poet?
Child,
All right.
yeah, since I was perhaps nursery 2 to 3. Yeah,
That's a long time too.
yeah, it's a long time though. Because my dad used to assist, write poems for me, so I would be reciting on it on the assembly grounds. And I would be like inviting my friends over to my house and showing off my confidence.
All right.
For sure. Yeah. So since from those days up to my grade 3, I start talking to my dad that I will be writing my own poems and reciting them for myself. Because it is more motivating than my dad writing it for
you,
me
yeah.
and then me reciting it. For sure, he used to explain how to write a poem, and it is so interesting. And poetry is very nice because if you are used to it, perhaps you can't leave it. Because it even helps in developing vocabularies,
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I become a poet.
Yes. And aside from your dad, who are the poets or writers that has influenced your work, your poetic work rather?
My poetic words,
Yeah.
like that is Junior Balde and the team. Yeah, that is anthology. Yeah, that's it.
All right. And you too, who are the poets or writers that has influenced your poetic work?
Okay, like I can say my mentor, Poet Sanya.
Poet Sanyang, okay.
Yeah, he's the one who used to tell me like you are like if I write something, I used to send it to him. You understand? He will check it for me and tell me keep it up. You understand? You are great. He even give me a title calling me a rock star. You understand? He is the one who give me that title.
Okay.
You understand? So he motivate me a lot. So that's why I also keep it up. I always adhere by his advices and go on. Yeah.
Okay. And what does poetry really mean to you, and how has that meaning evolved over time?
Okay, like poetry, the meaning to me is like to inspire people. You understand? To tell people what is happening. You understand? Or to like some poetry is something like what is happening. Is that what you have to say?
All right.
To educate people You understand? So it's just like that, you know. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you, what does poetry mean to you?
Poetry means a lot to me because it helps us to disperse messages to the world, not just a country. But today here, I am sitting here and talking, and maybe I will be reciting poem, and it will not just be like dispersed to the Gambians or the country, but it will go to the wild world.
Yeah.
So it means that the message that I am going to release, it is so good. Because poetry is just like a letter sent by the world. I don't know whether you can get me.
Yeah.
So poetry helps us a lot. It helps us.
Okay, and how do you form an idea to a poem?
Yeah, I form an idea to a poem whereby I'll be just sitting, seeing how our citizens are, how the nation is suffering, how the country is, and how our leaders are, handling the situation. So as a poet and a poetess, you shouldn't be sitting at one place. Just go. Sometimes you even go to some areas like beachside and then so on to observe.
Yes.
Observation is best in poetry. Yeah, it is one of the best. So you will just be sitting. I personally, I write poems by sitting and then observing what is happening. What are the messages that I'm gonna disperse to the world to benefit? So that's it.
Okay. And do you have any rituals or habits that gets you into the mood of writing?
Okay, that one, as I say, like poetry is something that I love. You understand? Since when? It's not about spiritual or something else. You understand? So poetry is something like, as a poet, you understand? You should be a critical minded. You understand?
Yeah.
You think wisely, and you know how are the words that you are going to spread to people. You understand? In order for them to learn from it. You understand? Is as a poet, you should not just go and write something while people are. It is not going to benefit people. You understand? You should write something that is going to educate people. You understand? As you are inspiring. You understand? So it's not about spiritual thing that venture me into poetry or something. It's just my passion. You understand? I love it. That's why I'm doing poetry.
And how do you handle a writer's block? Like when you are writing and stuffs don't seem to come.
Okay, that one, it do happen to me, you know. Yeah, if I'm writing, sometimes like if I'm coming to write, I just gather my words, you understand? I just find my title, the topic that I'm coming to write. If I have that, I gather my words, my starting, you understand? How to rhyme, how to make my stanzas, you understand? So I analyze those all things. After analyzing all those things, I come and start my writing, you understand? So the time if I start writing, like sometimes I will be there, I will not have any words to write. So I will just park it and go and rest, you understand? I go and analyze again. I think like I will just like relate things to the topic, you understand? How it can go, you understand? I write the things that are happening and the things that we should be mindful for it, you understand? That's how I write my poems.
Then after that kind of relaxation, do stuffs really come?
Oh, for sure, yeah, they do come now, yeah, because like if I rest, I'm someone who like even like I'm studying, if like I'm studying, nothing is entering, I just pack the book, I go and rest. You understand? Sometimes it do happen to me, or I just like, you know, it's a nature.
Well, I can say that is nature.
Yeah, that's
it
nature.
happens to everybody.
Yeah, so I just sit. I will just pack my books and go and rest. Once I rest, I will recall. You know, you understand? I will record words. So yeah, that's how I am.
And do you edit your poems heavily, or do you prefer to keep it in an initial flow?
I never edit my poem.
Really?
Yeah, I just write it and then read it like that. Yes.
They're just perfect like that.
I love it like that.
Alright. And what themes or subject do you find yourself returning to in your poetry, and why do you think you resonate with them?
Like a theme?
Yeah, the subjects you find yourself returning to.
Okay. I find myself in a theme like called anthology, as I said last time. And with the help of Junior Balde and the team, You understand?
Now, what I mean is that, like, sometimes some poets, their poem will be centered on like politics, some's own will be centered on religion, some society, stuffs like that.
Okay. So you mean mine?
Yes, yours.
Oh.
Is it specific, like maybe any of those ones, or you just touch all?
I touch all. I touch all. Because I just like, sometimes I'll be sitting and then see what is happening.
All right.
And what comes to my mind as you said. Sometimes you will even be offline as online. Sometimes you'll be offline.
Yeah.
So just go, be free, and then go and take some break. Refresh your mind. Go joke. Have fun. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's how poetess or poets should be. Sometimes even writing, you have some error. Just park it. Some key points are needed in writing poems, you know. So if you don't have anything to write for the day, just rest, as you say. Free up your mind, because this is something that is natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is there a particular poem of yours that holds a special meaning to you?
For sure.
Can you share it with us?
Of course I will. And can I start reciting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hey culture, my culture, your culture, our culture. I am a Mandinka, I am a Fula, I am a Jula, and I am a Wolof. See our culture beautiful like the settings of the sun, sunny like the bright moon. Nanyin chisa nola ninya, anala nganya, wanala jarabola duntanna. Chisan amen no laba. Walin chisan yumbo, la jinjin. Walin yakar, imangmang, walin chisan yumbo. Sin chisan bi, rafitaya mama duga. But nowadays our cultures are dying. People are adopting the American cultures, which make me feel sad when I see people running away from their culture. Nyimdo fela the tambila na balikensa. Nyimdo yale cheni badu na la belka bobe yale kamuta ko Jamaican nyama tukutu. Why? Why are you showing your half body naked? Why are you forgetting your beautiful culture with beautiful hair, plaiting styles? Dunde rus hamlella. Hey sunkuto, fui mina tele watu mwome mama kewe kachaya dadu. Watu mwome mama kewe ke kuwali koti ya kachelo. But nowadays, madaf sumangarambuga, people start laughing at me. Madaf sumandelbu said, hale di matopa di tachu di fecha di right time. Di wahbaba borni chaya, njimbe are. Hande ko chaya baba alaji borni. Hey sunkuto, iko yone debete meso. I am not sorry to say it, but it is the fact I must say it.
And what is the inspiration behind this poem? What inspired it?
The poem touches my heart because I just want to send this message to them. So that they can come back. Let us come back to our culture. Because there is nothing like home.
No, never.
Mama, Africa is crying. The nation is suffering. And not only the leaders, but the citizens also.
Sure.
So let's just come hands. Let's join and bring back our culture. Because it is not helping us anymore.
So you feel like we are neglecting our culture?
For sure. And then adopting the culture that is not ours. Yeah. So it is so crazy. This poem just touches my heart.
I hope everyone will heed to your poem.
That's what I want.
And you too, is there any particular poem of yours or someone else's that holds a special significance to your heart?
Okay, like I can say like I have a special poem that I released not long ago. It's about Nagambia Politico. Okay. You understand?
Can you share it with us?
Okay, like I start reciting. Okay. Nagambia Politico. I say Politico not new kelo rather than badding kelo wala senior kelo. Let's stop provoking each other about politics. Let's stop fighting each other about politics. Let's stop killing each other about politics, but indeed we focus on how to build our nation about politics. Mune jaritala. Politico mananyo sabala rather than bringing hatred among ourselves. Alinga nyo mutako kanunta ulfo kairo sa sabating tema na bangko kang. We come together and strive for our nation to be rise in the eyes of the world. Tell our parochial leaders, Gambians are ready to change. See, our Kaira Banco is changing to Koro Banco. Inflation becomes our nation's identity. Nepotism for Kapalaso, the body wala even the person don't have the ability and the capability. Henko politiko, repnyo kelo, rather than bading kelo, wala sinyo kelo. Muna jaretala, ndambonde nyo fala, politiko mananyo sabala. We need a leader with aspiration, dedication and captivation for our generation to be in safe nation. Let's try to kill the corruption, lack of medication, and advance in high quality of education. The Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. Your poet, the poetic, Justice Keita.
Oh, that one touches my heart.
That's very bad.
Okay, what's the inspiration behind this poem?
Okay, like this one, I just see like Gambia is in a situation, is in a danger, is in a calamity by this time, because there are many things that are happening in the Gambia which are not going in a correct order, you understand? So I see as a point to pass this message also, and Gambians, the concept that they have about politics is so parochial, you know, you understand? they are neglecting what they term as politics is not politics. You understand? Politics is something that we come together and make a decision, you understand, that will favor all of us. But like if you see the political system of the Gambia, it's like people are voting in a favor, you understand, for them to, for their pockets to be you know, full, you understand, you know, our leaders. So Gambia, I see like we need a changes in 2026, you understand. Is we are the youth of this nation, you understand. Everyone need a role to play in this nation, you understand. So as a poet, I also write this one and inspire people about it, you understand. Yeah, the poem is so really nice to me.
Yeah, it is definitely nice.
Definitely
Nice, and it is heart touching. And I hope the government gets this message, so that they can also do some changes.
For sure, they will hear it.
And do you draw inspiration from personal experiences, or do you often write from the perspective of others?
Okay, like me, I'm versatile, you know. I write both, you understand. I write about myself, I write about what is happening in the society. Yeah, that's how I write.
Okay. And in your opinion, what role does poetry play in today's world? How do you see it impacting people's life?
Okay, like I will start from this country, the Gambia, you understand? Because it is something that is inspiring people. So now I see many people are venturing in the poetry, you understand? Because it is inspiring people, you understand? People are educating about it, you understand? They are getting messages from the poets and the poetess, you understand? So it's not like something which is bad or something that is going to influence people about bad things, you understand? Poets are writing what is happening, you understand, and what people have passed through, you understand? They are writing about the history, they are writing about the present and related to the future, you understand? That is how we poets write, you understand? So it's something that is very significant in our society right now, you understand? Because as people are getting messages from it, passing from one generation to another, you understand? Yeah, I see it like that. It's so significant right now. Yeah.
All right. And do you believe poetry has the power to bring about social or political change in the country?
For sure. Poetic has the power, but that is left to the citizens and the leaders and how they are handling it, because it is also a message that we spread through the world. You understand? So if you, the leader or the citizens, they are also hearing us, they are listening to our poets, but sometimes they just see it as a message, but they won't react. You know, sometimes actions speak louder than words. So if our words are touching their heart, I beg them to do the action. We should get up. We should wake up. The Gambia, we are suffering.
And how do you think poetry can help people navigate through difficult times?
Like how can poetry help?
People through difficult times.
through difficult times. Of course, it can help through difficult, because I already say that it is a message to spread, you know. Which kind of like thing do you mean here?
Like, so for example, I might be in a bad state, like I'm very sad, and I hear your poem, maybe about happiness, sad moments, stuff like that, then I might be relieved, stuff like that, because I resonate with the poem. All right.
Yeah, that's true. Because my message, my message can be exactly your story. So if I release it, like if I am talking about the message, I'm reading the message, and then you know that it is your, and I'm giving you the hope. You know, poetry, we recite and then we give back hope, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can have the hope, and you can feel release at times. Poetry do help us. For sure, if I am angry, I will just recite to one of the poets. Their recitation makes me feel happy, because poet is it's just like a song that temptates you. You understand?
Yeah. And how do you feel when readers interpret your poems in ways that are different from your main idea?
Okay, like as a poet, for us, like at this stage, like I can say, some people are writing directly. You understand? For people to get what you are saying directly. Me, if I want, I can write in other ways. You understand? For like, if I don't tell you the meaning or the theme of my poem, you cannot interpret it by yourself. You understand? Poets have different way of writing. You understand? You can write in a way that if people read your poem, they will know the central idea of the poem directly. You understand? But in other way also, you can put jargon words there. You understand? Which only you can or you teach people about your related themes or like the central idea of the poem. You understand? But you know, like I can say, what I'm writing right now is straight. You understand? Because what I'm writing, I'm using simple language. You know, I'm not using like Shakespeare or something else. You understand? Yeah.
And when you write, do you have a special audience in your mind, like a specific one, or do you write primarily for yourself?
Okay, like come again.
So when you write, do you have a specific audience in mind for your poem, or do you write primarily for yourself?
I write for audience. You understand? Because I want them to be inspired. You understand? That's why I'm writing poet. You understand? I'm not writing it by myself, like only me to benefit from it. Yeah, I'm suggesting my talent to people. You understand? For them also to see what I have for them. Yeah.
And what do you wish for the people to take from your poem, like the readers of your poem? What do you wish them to take from it?
I wish them to listen to my message and then to react. Yeah, to take what I'm trying to spread, like the message I am trying to spread. Like a few minutes ago, the poem that I recite here, and it is based on us, the citizen, and mostly the humans. Yeah. So we should take this message seriously.
Okay.
We should try and develop.
All right. Yeah. And what do you wish for readers to take from your poem?
Okay, like what I want them to take from my poem is like, if I mention something in my poem which is not benefit for them, let them just park it. But as like, if I'm saying something also which inspire them, which is going to benefit them, let them please take it and hear about it. You understand? Because like what I just recite here is about politics. You know. You understand? So this message is not like, it's for all the Gambians. You understand? I can say. You understand? Because what we term about politics, that is not politics. You understand? So people should be oriented about politics. You understand? So that they can make a decision that is benefit of all the citizens. You understand? So I see it like that. Let them take the messages that I'm releasing to them. You understand? For them also to be educated about it. You understand?
And if you could have a conversation with any poet, living or dead, who would it be?
Okay, if I would have a conversation with a poet.
Any poet, yeah, living or dead, who would it be?
What about if I say myself?
Fine.
Okay,
Are you running from trouble?
No, it's not about that, you know. Poetry, like, me, all the poets are the same to me, you know, you understand? Yeah, yeah, because I have a lot of friends which are poets, you understand? So, you know.
But what must be special, like this really special?
Okay, like me,
Yeah.
before let me reveal this one to you. Like before writing my own poems, the present poems that I used to recite was this one, Pilot.
Pilot.
Yeah, Pilot was the one I used to recite at assemblies, you understand? Yeah, especially his this poem where he said like he is also about politics, you know. He's talking about politics.
I know that
Yeah. So I used to recite that poem. Yeah. I really love the way he recite, you know. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you too. That's funny. If you could have a conversation with any poet, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, nobody.
No, there must be someone.
No, I just write. It is fun. No, I just write poems by myself, and I enjoyed it listening to its writer. And then I would like them to, but to say that I am writing a poem for this special person to, I don't know, nobody.
Is there no any poet or poetess that you like?
For sure, that is Emil.
Ever.
Yeah.
So, don't you want to have a conversation with him?
Of course, I want.
Then,
You know, running from trouble is not a big deal, you know. Yeah.
And what's the most unexpected source of inspiration you've ever had for a poem?
Like a source of
Inspiration, yes. The
I
most
have
unexpected one you've had for a poem. Maybe like you were there sitting in your corner, and then kids are playing, they are doing something, then you have like an idea there, you know, it is also a source of inspiration.
That is when election time. Yeah, election time I learn a lot, and a lot happens.
Okay.
Yeah. And after then you won't be able to see what they are talking about. So I do write poems about that also.
Okay. And you, what's the most unexpected source of inspiration that you've ever had for a poem?
Okay, like that one is when I see things that are not going in correct order. You understand? So like I will be there, I will be saying like what has happened last time. You understand? Like,
about the protest?
Yeah, the protest, about the protest. You understand? Those stuff like that, you know. If I see them, I become like, let me write and send message to the people. You understand? Because I know that I cannot have access to go directly to them. You understand? So me, like the how people can hear my voice is through poetry. You understand? So that's why I also say like, I even want to write about it. You understand? I want to have a collab with one guy. You understand? So, but we are working on it. You understand? Yeah, about what has happened. You understand? Stuff like that motivate me to write poems.
And what was the thing that has happened?
Like the protest that has
the
happened,
recent protest, like a week before. And do you feel that being a woman has influenced your poetic voice, or is it a reception?
It is a reception.
Reception, all right.
My tongue, yeah. Because being a woman, like, can you go back?
I said, do you feel that being a woman has influenced your poetic work or the reception of your work?
Not at all. Both, not at all.
Not at all.
Because being a woman, it gave me the courage.
All right.
Because it is very rare for a woman to be in a high level to speak directly to the peoples. So that's why we, the humans, we prefer being a poet or a poetess to read or send a message indirectly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And have you faced any unique challenges as a female poet in the literary work?
No, not at all.
Never.
Yeah.
All right. And are there particular female poets who have inspired or mentored you?
No, nobody has ever mentored me.
Just your dad?
Yeah, just my dad. And my dad, he mentored me since I was a kid, as I said.
Yeah.
He was just writing poems for me, teaching me how to write and read, and how to give out the styles and then so on. It is so funny by then, but he gave me the confidence. Nobody has ever involved or asked me about my poetry or which academic I am in, except one man, and that is Junior Balde. He's the one who called me, got my number from a group, whereby, you know, I am so calm. I don't used to show myself like in media. It was once I show myself in a TV, whereby they invited me, and I was representing my school by then. So, but Junior Balde took my number from a group, and then tried to contact me and help me. Like, he's the reason why today I am here. So I am thankful to him.
All right. Well, the time is not on our side. What advice would you give to young aspiring poets that are just coming up?
The advice that I have for them is that them to be patient, them to ready to fight, and them to be so much confident to give out message. Let them not bull, them to give direct message to the people, the message that they write. You understand? And let them be very curious. Be a curious and a stubborn kiddo.
And what would be your final message to the people out there and your fellow poets?
Okay, like what I will say to people is that, like, the message that we are spreading, it's not just a word. You understand? It means a lot. If they see it as a word, it's not a word. They have to know what we are saying and adhere about it. You understand? So that they can also get something from it. You understand? Because we are spreading it for the benefit of the society. We are not doing it for individual. If at all we are using it for individual, we will just write and keep it. You understand? We will not share it.
Yeah.
But if you see, like, we are sharing it, is for others also to be aware about it. What is happening. You understand? So what advice I have for my fellow poets is that, like, let's speak out the truth, the things that are happening. You know, you understand, to make changes in our society.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I have for them.
All right, thank you very much for joining us today. It's a pleasure having you both here. This is how we've come to the end of the program. You are watching Eco TV International, the People's Choice. You can kindly follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Sponsors are also invited. You can call on the various numbers on the screen to sponsor this program. Till next week, inshallah. Bye-bye.